Welcome, truthers and truth-curious mainstreamers. This is Poe's Law with me, Charlatan Poe. Alright guys, been pushing around the breadcrumbs on time drop number 2. Just needed to take a break and walk away from it. I think I was starting to see things that weren't there and get in my own head. So thought I would do just another impromptu live Q&A. I just threw it up. People are starting to come in, so feel free to keep the questions coming in. And I'm just gonna pull some questions out of the tweet storm here, and we'll see how long we go. All right. At putting God, excuse me, at putting God back in Goddess, yikes. Why do you think Abraham Lincoln ignored Mark Twain's warnings in the days before the assassination? I don't know. I've thought about this before, and it seems like if any president were going to buck the tradition of politicians and actually listen to what the artists of his country or her country were saying, Mark Twain and Abraham Lincoln, I think they would have been the team that showed that that was possible. And yet, Lincoln heard Mark Twain warning him not to go to the theater that night, to take extra precautions, and Lincoln still went. He was an incredibly brave light worker. And maybe he did it because he was ignoring advice, or he felt that it was just superstitious nonsense. Or, and maybe he felt a duty to put on a brave face and put himself in danger because the country he commanded was in danger. I don't know. It's hard to know if that was an instance of leadership, or if that was a lesson to be learned from. So, I guess no answer is my answer. Next question. At AAA Pennywise for President 1968. What's behind the decline in crop circles? What is Microsoft hiding? That's 2 questions, and I see what you're doing there, trying to tie the 2 of them together. I know there's good reason historically to do that, but I just think in the interest of clear thinking, we should separate the 2 questions. What's behind the decline in crop circles? It could be that farming has changed significantly since the height of the crop circle phenomena, and there just isn't the same space available, and whatever message we were being sent is now coming through a different channel. It could be that people have stopped looking, and so we're not seeing as many. It could be the message came to a conclusion. There's nothing to say that these signals that we hear from out there are going to keep repeating. Think about if you call someone, the phone rings a certain number of times, they don't answer, you move on with your life. So, I don't know on that one. And what is Microsoft hiding? Probably a lot. That is something that I'm hoping to learn more about. If we keep getting these time drops, and if I keep looking at the messages of the first two, I want to know, not just like, because I'm sure that anonymous source G. Gordon Liddy has been in Microsoft. Even back then, it was like one of the most important companies on earth, just in creating the infrastructure of the future. So for something like a time war, it would make sense that we're going to be hearing more about whatever anonymous source G. Gordon Liddy found when he did the break-ins. I guess stay tuned on the second part. First part, again, no answer is my answer. At Michelangelo's David's Big Balls. That statue does have a giant ball sack. Why did Guy Fawkes choose 11-5 instead of 11-11? That's a good fucking question. Why couldn't he wait another 6 days for the more auspicious occasion? If we take the numbers, 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 5 is 7, versus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 4. That's another 7, you guys. The actual date's number 7. So I think maybe that's the answer. I think, wow, this goes back a lot farther than I would have hoped. It's fine. I'm gonna go make some coffee. That's a real mindfuck. Okay. So I think I'm gonna call it there before I get into even more trouble out here. So thanks for all 212,000 of you that made it in here. I don't remember the last time I talked to more than 10 people at a time, so this is kind of surreal. Again, sorry I didn't get any questions that came in while we were doing that. I'll add them to the next one. Cheers.